This certainly isn't how I envisioned this or planned this, but I am going to retire. This is not an easy decision. Honestly, it's the hardest decision of my life.
Significant breaking news just into our newsroom moments ago. Philip Rivers has announced that he is retiring from the National Football League after 17 sensational seasons as a quarterback.
Really 16 of them. But when he's bad, he's downright awful.
Yep.
And I think the thing is, and because if you look at, there's a stretch, Skip, where, I mean, if you look at his total numbers, Skip, they're not bad. 27 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. But if you look at like the first couple of games and then the last 2 games, all we got to do is win one.
Yep.
Okay, we lose to the Raiders. Okay, baby, let's go Jacksonville. We got Jacksonville lined up.
Yep.
They done that. They have already fired their coach. They got nothing to really to play for. We have everything to play for. Mm-hmm. And he doesn't get it done. He had a 13 QBR over the final 2 weeks, which obviously was the worst in the NFL.
And then that last
Molly, it's coming off a performance in which it had its worst offensive performance in 25 years. They mustered together 121 yards in total offense. This is an organization that essentially benched its quarterback, Matt Ryan, 2 weeks ago, fired its offensive coordinator last week, Marcus Brady, and then fired its head coach, Frank Reich, today. These are the moves that have taken place so far, but clearly the owner, Jim Irsay, not happy with the direction of this franchise, with the way the offense is performing, and to go into New England and to get blown out there and to have your
lay on Justin Jefferson, which is strategy.
8 seconds left. Getting there. Flag comes down and stops the clock here, or will it? They're going to have to stop it as it will tick all the way down to 1. Greg Joseph for the NFC North. And the kick
is good.
It's a winner at US Bank Stadium. And the Vikings are kings in the North once again.
and then that last.
Everybody's running basically the same shit.
Yeah,
it's just whether or not it's being executed or not. Can we figure that out? I don't know. I'm worried about the future of the Colts. I actually threw around an idea over there when I walked in here this morning, trying to get caught up on the time zone change. Back to Indianapolis, the home of the Colts. I said, I wonder if they'll ever just think about, like in Bill pointed it out, like a file bankruptcy that a team can do.
Yeah.
Okay, the NFL has to pay all these guys these contracts.
Yep.
We're on all these because we gave money to so many guys on the team, so many guys that are playing. These guys are playing. These games you're watching, the guys that are getting paid this massive amount of money, they're all playing out there, and the team is doing. I wonder if you could just trade everybody, and the NFL has to pitch into that G4 program where they pay out, because I want the players to get their money, they negotiate their money, they earn their money from what they did in previous times.
Nice.
After watching the Pat McAfee podcast, a legendary Pokemon trainer named Crispy Johnson gets the idea to take his mom's credit card and go to the local high school football game. It is there he gets the better idea of owning up to what Pat says and drives to Indianapolis to buy the Colts, taking him about 2 weeks because he had no idea how to get there. But on his way, he calls up his 3 closest friends, Joe Kellogg, Gerald Barnes, and Jackson Pierce, to come and help him guide and coach these potential players. Yes, I said potential, because as his first move, he cut every eligible player on the team that was able to get cut. Roger Goodell himself came to Indy and congratulated Crispy on his purchase of the Colts. He also warned him about the struggles of owning a team, which Crispy replied, I already got someone to take care of the financials. I'm just ready to see some football. As being a guy who goes to the games to yell from the bleachers, Crispy doesn't know a lot, just enough to get by. So here are the rules of this franchise. Number 1, I can only draft by wins, meaning I can only draft to what I'm capable of winning, since Crispy doesn't know how to evaluate talent around him. If I get under 4 wins, I can only draft undrafted free agents. If I manage to get over 4 wins, I could draft day 3 picks. If I manage to get 7 wins somehow, I'm able to draft around 3 to 4 players. If I eventually, probably about 10 years in the future, make the playoffs, then I'm able to draft first and second round players. Rule number 2, during the preseason, we can only pick up the worst UDFAs to fill the roster. So, when we start, we can only pick up the lowest overalls, meaning I have to click the sort by overall and can get the lowest player available. Under 4 wins, we can get only the lowest overall rookies. Over 4 wins, we can get any rookie during the preseason. If we manage to get 7 wins, we can pick up any free agent under 75 overall. And when we make the playoffs, we can grab any free agent. And rule number 3, stat points can only be spent at the end of every season. So, we can't boost our players during the season using our coaching trees. We can only do that at the end of every season, which might help us boost our players every year. Right now we are in free agency, and I'm going to point out where everyone from the Colts actually went to. But for now, let's look at some of the prospects that we are able to draft since we're just starting our franchise. I do feel bad for whoever takes over the quarterback position, but we need a guy who's going to be able to throw under pressure and that's going to be able to deliver the ball quick to our receivers, since our O-line is definitely going to be bad. We have a quarterback by the name of Jake Cutler, who actually looks pretty interesting. He will sling it whether it's open or not. Has a beautiful spiral, but what makes it so great is his great throw power, which is pretty bad. Throw power in the later rounds is pretty bad. His beat awareness is actually going to help us a lot, because when we sim the games, the awareness does matter a lot. Running back Eric McGee from Wyoming will help us a lot in the running game. A power back in Madden 23 I learned is pretty good. So having one that can break a lot of tackles, even though we're not going to have a lot of good blocking, is going to be good for us. With 4.46 and good speed and elite strength, honestly, I don't see how he goes undrafted. He has B ball carrier vision with B carrying and B break tackle, which is honestly the 3 things I'm looking for in a running back. All right, guys, hear me out. I know it says D pass block and D run block, but 33 reps on the combine bench and having good strength might actually help us with athleticism over actual talent. So having a guy like Jared Palumbo might help us protect our quarterback or potential running back. Another guy with a lot of potential but low awareness, I say, is JP Cunningham out of Ohio. JP has 35 reps on the bench, plus he has those, B to D run block and pass block. If they are C's, they could potentially be a good lineman, and also we're looking for hidden depth. A couple of defenders that Crispy is looking at. AJ Jones out of Purdue. C power moves, but 28 reps on the bench you think he's a 4-3 pass rusher, but he can also play 3 technique. He looks pretty good, to be honest, for an undrafted free agent. Now, if you want a guy who can play inside and out, Stanford run stopper Luke Allen at 6'6", 311 can play both sides. Play both inside and out. 38 reps on the bench with elite strength. He's just super slow. I'll say I'll put him at D tackle. F finesse moves is not bad, but C power moves and B block shedding. As an undrafted free agent, I want him on my team, dude. Paul Blake out of Penn at 6'1", 227 is obviously an off-ball linebacker with F block shedding, but that's not the problem right now. If we can get him with C zone coverage, and he has a 4.56 combine, that's a good speed for a linebacker in this game. If we could get him at least a C zone coverage, then we have him as our middle linebacker, our 3-down linebacker. Another guy I had interest in is Donovan Buchanan. It has him listed as a speed rusher, but with 4.5 speed and C, if he could get C finesse moves, I think he could rush the passer as well as play off ball. I would really love him having my team. A 4.5 speed. Even if it doesn't pan out, we can put him at off ball linebacker. One of my favorite undrafted free agents in this class, Alex Hoskins, out of Maryland. 6'3", 183, with 4.38 speed. Potentially, he could go at free safety. With B, could have C, man coverage, and where is it? D zone, which is bad, but 4.38 speed. Having athletes on the team would help us a lot. The last guy I wanted to point out was Quincy Long with A hit power at 6 foot 223 from South Dakota State. With 4.5 speed, he has to be good. He has to be. There's no way I can't not take this guy. So looking at some of the free agents already, we see a big one. Quentin Nelson to the Bears. Wow. Jonathan Taylor to the Jets. Shaq Leonard to the Seahawks. Stephon Gilmore to the Bengals. Grover Stewart to the Patriots. Michael Pittman to the Giants. The Giants really could have used a receiver this year, a number one at depth. I think DeForest Buckner was on the team. Yeah, he would go to the Bears too. So they get Quentin Nelson, and they're helping out. They're helping out their defense and Justin Fields with DeForest Buckner and Kenny Moore. Tom Brady to the Falcons. Orlando Brown to the Washington Redskins. Braden Smith to the Bears. Wow, the Bears are going to be really good in the trenches. I can already tell. Doesn't look like anybody else, to be honest. Kwity Paye to the Falcons. Nobody that stands out. And on to the draft. So, guys, I'm going to do a little bit of cheese, because these earlier picks don't really matter. We could trade these picks for future picks, but I'm going to make it a rule. We can only trade the picks from the draft into the same draft. So, like this number 1 overall pick, I can't trade it for next year because that would I'll just build up first round picks for the years and then just have a whole bunch of first round picks. But if we want to build a team right now, we kind of need a lot of picks. So let's pick up the first round pick from Minnesota, a second round pick, and a 6. So with Minnesota, they wanted to trade up. Wondering who they're going to trade up for. A quarterback, Scott Hill from Wyoming. Okay, let's go to the 9th pick. John Pittman. Denard Bainfield. Danny Cox trying to protect Tua. The Cardinals pick up Trevor Flanagan, trying to boost their defense up. Chase Hurley. I guess they could have picked a quarterback, but there was no quarterbacks available. Cody Olsen trying to protect Justin Herbert. And since the Jets picked up Jonathan Taylor, so they picked up someone to go block for him. Matthew Godfrey. So this is the last time I'm going to do this. I'm going to trade the first round pick that we got from the Vikings to the Bears for their 21st, a 3rd, and a 5th. All right, guys, let's finally get to our first pick. So when you start a franchise, obviously you want to start off with a premium quarterback that's going to lead your team and go and pursue and want to build a dynasty. So with the first round pick in the first draft of Crispy Moneybags' career, we're going to pick up Jake Cutler from Florida State. 92 throw power isn't bad, but I'm going to change up all the outfits and the numbers so they're going to look cooler, I promise. With our second pick, I'm actually going to pick up the project player Donovan Buchanan from Purdue. I'm really interested in skill set because having a 4.5 speed combine with elite acceleration, he can really get off the line. Just being 225, that's the only problem we have right now. So Donovan Buchanan from Purdue, 88 speed. Imagine 88 speed off the edge. That gotta be scary. A guy who really interests me looking through all these prospects, Eric McGee out of Wyoming. 6'1", 221 with B ball carrier vision, B break tackling, and B carrying. If he could potentially catch, he could lead our offense in a lot of stats. We just need if we get a good trucking and stiff arm, he can be our lead back. So Eric McGee out of Wyoming is our pick. 91 speed, 84 strength for an undrafted rookie. That's pretty dope. Next, we're going to pick up Quincy Long out of South Dakota State. 6 foot, 223 with 4.5 speed. With A hit power coming at you. He's coming at you like a bullet. Quincy Long. 89 speed, 84 acceleration. So he is kind of slow. He could play slot corner for us and potentially linebacker. Now we're looking at our first offensive lineman, J.P. Cunningham out of Ohio with the great strength and pretty good speed for a lineman. J.P. Cunningham, 89 strength, 82 acceleration. Not any hidden depth so far. Our picks are getting kind of slim, so I think we're going to pick up one of my favorite prospects in the draft. Alex Hoskins out of Maryland, 6'3", 183, 93 speed. He can keep up. If he can get this coverage right, he can keep up with a lot of receivers in the league. Now we need somebody for Jake Cutler to throw at. So we're going to pick up Emmett Middleton out of Alabama. And surely an Alabama receiver has to be good, even if he's projected to be undrafted. 4.3 speed. He ran a 4.24 at his pro day. He has to be one of the fastest receivers of the class. So we have to pick him up for a reason. Emmett Middleton. 97 speed, 92 acceleration. Well, he might not be a good blocker, but he will be able to run down the field and catch some passes. Next, we're going to pick up Colt Newberry out of Southern Miss. 6'5", 305. He has pretty good strength. If those ratings are from A to C are B's, this could be actually a really good lineman. So Colt Newberry, 86.7 strength. I don't know. He might be okay. With our next pick, we're going to pick up the versatile lineman Luke Allen out of Stanford. 38 reps on the bench. Then he'll have C power moves and B block shedding. He's definitely going to be a good run defender, but we just have to develop his pass rush. So Luke Allen out of Stanford, 90 strength for a D end is amazing. Next, we're going to pick up a big boy in the middle. He is smaller than Luke Allen, but Marquise Majette out of Oklahoma. He has 38 reps on the bench, so he will have 90 strength, which is elite for a D tackle. But C's all around. This could be a solid player for us. So Marquise, 94 strength. That's even better. Let's go. We're going to pick up the project player Paul Blake out of Penn. 6 foot 227. At 23 years old. 5'6" speed for a middle linebacker. With 4.56 speed for a middle linebacker. I don't know. Just only a hope. 86 speed. Well, it's pretty good. And with the last pick in the draft, we're going to use it on another D tackle. Speed rusher out of Arkansas. Shaquille Sutton. 6'5", 300 pounds at 21 years old. At Arkansas pass rusher. With B finesse moves coming out the gate. 34 reps on the bench. That's going to be pretty good even for a D tackle, as we saw with our last pick. So Shaquille Sutton, 86 strength. That's not that bad, even if it's just for a pass rusher. So that's our last pick in the draft. So right now, our team is a 64 overall. That's what it would be because we drafted a couple players. We only have 14 people on the team. Let's see who we were able to pick up, though. We didn't get any hidden devs, sadly. Let's see overalls. Whoa, Eric McGee is a 72. So Jake Cutler, our quarterback, ended up being a 66 overall. We already got lower morale because of how bad we did in the season. He's a pretty good quarterback. If we just get him to dump it underneath all this time, he'll do work. Just don't need to run at all. No type of agility, no type of speed, just a pocket quarterback. That's all we need from him. And then somebody who I was excited to see. Ooh, Paul Blake is a 57. But Marquise, 69. Nice. 94 strength, 71 power moves. I guess is pretty right. And then, but Eric McGee is going to be our highest overall on the team right now. Number 38. We're definitely going to change that. 91 speed, 85 carry, 84 strength, 83 trucking and stiff arm. Just not really a lot of agility, but he's pretty good, not gonna lie. He'll do some work. And if you guys are interested, we have, there's pretty good overalls in this class. Bill Goldson out of the 4th round. Hidden Dev, 78 overall. 87 speed. I love fast tight ends. I love them in my offense. I'm gonna find a way to get some. And then the number 1 overall player, Scott Hill, who the Vikings traded up for. 5'11", 225. So a little thick boy. 90 throw power, but 87 short accuracy. I guess the Vikings are switching to a more dink and dunk offense. So to start filling out the roster, and I'm show you what I mean about the lowest overall rookie. I clicked square on overall, and I have to get the first rookie that pops up, which is Bruce Davis out of Florida. Strong arm QB, 92 throw power, but 48 awareness. We're going to be in trouble if Jake Cutler gets hurt. The next 2 guys, Levi Skandrick and then Tyrell Fulton, are the guys we have to pick up. Levi Skandrick, 6 foot, 225 power back, 54 overall. But he doesn't look that bad, to be honest. He looks like somebody who would just come in for a down or 2 and get a carry a game. Well, not Zombie Knight. Why would you go back? Come on, Madden. Tyrell Fulton out of South Carolina. He looks like more of a pass catching back at 5'9", 201, even though he doesn't have those skills. 90 speed, 80 juke move. I guess he could be our 3rd down back. Isaiah Jarrett as our fullback. I'm not giving him 24, but I'll give him a really cool number. Isaiah Jarrett looks pretty good. 80 speed, 76 strength, with 71 lead block. He'll definitely be a good fullback for our team. So after going through all of that and then going through the preseason, we are a 60 overall, dude. We are going to be bad this year. And we have Derrick Henry in the first game. Wow. We actually have a couple of highlights. Kyle Keffler out of North Texas, a star dev, 95 speed. We want him to be, that's going to be our offense. We got to get devs immediately. Develop all of our players. Something I noticed also, our offensive line is actually hot garbage. Like, where is he at? I think it was you? Yes. Jay Powie it was 37 change of direction. We are not going to block. We're not going to block Shed. Nobody on this team is good. Besides, I guess Majette might be pretty good. Otherwise, we are going to get destroyed every single game. And that's alright. For the first season, it's going to be okay. But at the end of the day, we got to do what we wanted. And we got to own a franchise. So, hope you guys enjoyed. Next time, we're going to go through our first game. And we're going to suffer through it. Hope you guys enjoyed. Stay tuned for some more. And Hope you guys like the surprise that I dropped. Goodbye.